Deep dive and analysis.
Welcome to the analysis of chapters 5 and 6 of Moby Dick. In these sections titled The Street and the Chapel, Herman Melville transitions us from the comical introduction of Queequeg into a profound meditation on the industry of whaling and the inevitable presence of death. Let's dive into the symbolism of the Golden City and the silent islands of grief.
In Chapter 5, Melville paints New Bedford not merely as a town, but as a global crossroads. By listing Fijians, Tongatabuars, and Arromangoans alongside green Vermonters, the author's intent is to establish the whaling industry as a great equalizer. To Melville, the sea is the ultimate frontier where social status and origin dissolve. The outlandish appearance of Queequeg becomes the norm here, suggesting that in the face of the sublime ocean, all human distinctions are trivial. This chapter serves as a symbolic melting pot, preparing the reader for the Pequod, a ship that functions as a miniature model of the entire world, unified by a singular, dangerous purpose.
Melville uses vivid imagery to contrast the scraggy scoria of the original land with the patrician-like houses of the wealthy. His intention is to remind the reader of the brutal origin of this luxury. He notes that these gardens were harpooned and dragged up from the bottom of the sea. This is powerful symbolism. The beauty and civilization of New Bedford are literally built upon the carcasses of whales. The reservoirs of oil and spermaceti candles represent a society fueled by death. Melville is highlighting the irony of a refined, sweet town existing only because of a violent, bloody, and howling industry at sea. As we move into Chapter 6, the atmosphere shifts from the bustling street to the muffled silence of the whalemen's chapel. Melville describes the congregation as silent islands of men and women. This symbolism is crucial. It suggests that while these people are united by the whaling trade, their grief is incommunicable and isolating. Each person is their own lonely island in a vast sea of sorrow. The author's intent here is to strip away the green and gold glamour of the previous chapter, revealing the bitter blanks of the cenotaphs, memorials to men whose bodies were never recovered, leaving a deadly void in the hearts of those left behind. Melville's philosophical depth shines when he discusses the black bordered marbles that refuse resurrections. In a deeply puritanical society, these tablets represent a crisis of faith. Because the sailors have placelessly perished without a grave, their deaths defy the traditional comforts of religion. Melville's famous line, "Faith, like a jackal, feeds among the tombs," is a biting bit of wit and wisdom. He suggests that religious hope often survives only by scavenging through the wreckage of doubt and death. He is preparing Ishmael and the reader for a journey where God often feels absent and nature feels indifferent.
The analysis concludes with Ishmael's sudden shift from gloom to a strange, defiant merriness. This is the core of Melville's existentialism. Ishmael realizes that if death is speechlessly quick, then the physical body must be a mere shadow, the lees or dregs of his true being. By asserting that "stave my soul," Jove himself cannot, Ishmael adopts a stoic armor. The author intends to show that to survive the voyage, one must detach from the physical self. This chapter sets the stage for the metaphysical battle ahead. The whale is not just a source of oil, but a representative of the thick water, through which humans try to glimpse the sun of truth.
End of the analysis.
Please like, comment, and subscribe if you don't want to miss the next chapter.